All right, guys, let's talk about follow-up. Follow-up is very key when it comes to DM setting. Um, Contrary to popular belief, most people don't close the first time that they message you. Usually, the people that close the highest are people that have seen your content. They have seen your reels, they've seen your social media posts, they've been listening to all of your stuff for a little while, and then they decided to reach out. Or we reached out to them and then they were like, oh, actually, yeah, I do follow you because I need A, B, and C. Just so happens you reached out to me. I can't tell you how many people I have closed from followers, from likes, from comments, uh, just from people that didn't respond at first, but I reached back out to them a month later and then they responded and came back. So follow up inside of the DM messaging is very important. And we can get lost as far as tracking as well. We get 50 new messages every single day. That adds up really quickly and we can lose track of things and things can fall through the cracks. So in this video, we're going to kind of go through a couple of the things that I like to do to stay organized, how we do the follow-up, a few of the messages that we send, and when we send them and how I keep track of everything. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at what an account looks like when we're doing follow-up and some of the messages that we're sending and some of the results that we get. So as we can see here in this account, let's go down to when it starts saying yesterday. I did a lot of re-engagement yesterday that I can show you guys. 12 hours, 23 hours. All right. So if you see here where it starts saying yesterday, okay, around here. So we're just going to start scrolling down so you guys can see how many messages I re-engaged with. And this was all in the matter of an hour or two. Right. So what I normally do once a week is I'll go back all the way to the previous Friday and I'll message everybody from the entire week. And it can be intensive, but it does reap results. And I'll show you that, guys, here in a little bit. But all right, so like right around here, you can start seeing that these are people that I started filtering through. So these are probably around the messages where they began. So let's take a look at one of these messages so we can see the message here. So the re-engagement that I like to send after it's been several days and they haven't responded, we possibly have already sent this first message, unsend and resent that message. So if you can see here, it says on the 12th, I already, on the 16th, I unsent and resent this message. He still didn't respond. So then I sent out this message. Hey, you reached out about getting business funding, but then went silent. Did life just get busy, or are you still looking for capital? We're still helping people get up to 250 at 0% interest, no income docs, no hard pull. Want to see if you qualify. Um, so I would mass send this out to everybody, and you can put their name in there. Hey, Ethan, and I do that with depending on the individual. But this was the results from that. So on, I believe I did this on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, I did this. And I didn't have any book calls for Thursday or Friday or Monday. And we did all of these booked calls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then all of these were from that re-engagement. Okay. So it does work. We just have to be consistent with it. Just because people didn't respond the first time doesn't mean that they're not interested. Okay. A lot of times we're all business owners. We just get busy. I started seeing your ad in the morning. I started to talk to you, and then I had to get busy and ready for work. And then 20 other people messaged me in that day, and I lost your message and it slipped my mind. So a lot of times the re-engagement that we can do will help bring that memory back up to the top. And even sometimes I'll send even simpler messages, like day one, I'll unsend and resend whatever our last conversation message was. I'll unsend and resend that. Day two, I'll send the new message that I'll send is something like, hey, just circling back, did you still want help securing funding? If they still don't respond to that, then that's when I'll send that last message there when it's, hey, you reached out, but you went silent, you know, did you still need help? And a lot of times people will tell you, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, life just got busy, or it slipped my mind. I forgot. I'll do it right now. And as you can see, I got, 20 something calls in one day booked, and that was just from follow up. Okay. So it definitely does work. And the way that I keep track of it is they're a lead when they first come in. Um, that by day two, that whole first week, they're still a lead. After I sent that last message that, hey, you've been silent. I haven't heard from you. Did you want to move on? If they don't respond to that, I will mark them as ordered if they had a good profile. And if they didn't have a good profile or we didn't even get that far, I'll mark them as shipped. And then you can leave those for months later when you're slow and go back and reach out to all those people who never responded. But within a 3 day window, the most I will give is 1 week. I reach back out, and then once a month, I'll go back all the way to the end of the month or all the way to the beginning of the previous month, and I'll do an entire month of unsend and resend and re-engagement. And the way I'll do that is I'll start with all the leads, do all those first, then I'll go back to all of my flagged people, and then I'll go back and I'll re-engage with all the people that booked the call and say, hey, since the last time we spoke, you know, how have things been going? Did you get the funding that you needed? And from that, then you can also get a lot of booked calls. So the follow-up is really key. Um, and don't be afraid to use ChatGPT to help you come up with some new messages. Sometimes the messages get played out. If we've already sent out a bunch of messages and we didn't get any response, it's probably because your message sucked and it didn't entice enough of a response for them to want to reply to you. So don't be afraid to use ChatGPT. Take some of these messages that we have and say, hey, give me another variation of this. Make this better. Use the same tone. So that way you can get some different responses and not have the same exact thing that everybody else is saying. Okay. But the main parts to review is be consistent with it. I do the follow-up every single day from the previous day. That's the first thing that I do in the morning. I'll go and re-message every single person that contacted me from the day before. I do that every single day. If you do it every day, you don't get so backed up and you'll get responses from people often. Now, you don't have to hit the same person up every single day, but if I did all the ones from yesterday, then I'm always caught up for the week, and then I'll just do one run through on the week, and I normally do that on the weekends or unless it's in the middle of the week and I don't have any calls, and I'll jump back and do that. Um, but that's about it, guys. Remember that we're here to help. These people reached out to us. We're not bothering them. If we are, they'll tell us to stop reaching out, and then you put them on the block list, and we don't worry about them. All right. That's it. See you guys in the next video.